You heard what?
So my morning little podcast binge was listening to Joe Rogan, and I forget who he was talking to, but they were talking about if a silverback gorilla or a grizzly bear would win in a fight. And I guess
And
it's
what did
a
they come up
heavily
with?
searched topic online.
Yeah, I bet.
Definitely the grizzly bear.
Yeah, that's crazy. That'd be wild.
It was a funny little talk. He's
That's
talking
hilarious.
about like a 38-pound rat at some point, and if you had to fight that, you'd be terrified. Like,
Nice.
it was definitely
Hilarious.
one of those podcasts where he was for sure high.
Oh yeah, definitely. So today we're going over my top 10 digital tools, and then at the end, if you stick around, Ben is going to give us a couple bonuses of his own. So stick around. I know you're all waiting for Ben's digital tools.
I'm sure you guys are pumped.
But yeah, so basically, the name of a game as an entrepreneur is to get the most output for the least input. So just maximizing your time and your effort. And digital tools can go a very long way in helping with that. So this is Third Wave. It's a show. Let's see, it's episode number 9. So it's a live show we do every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We are entering a new era in marketing. First, it was traditional advertising like billboards, newspaper, and mail. Next was the internet, where there were advertisers trying to hack their way into inboxes and search results. But now, with the rise of AI and Web3, digital advertising needs to be human centered. You must build trust and provide value among all else. So, this sounds like a daunting task, but Ben and I are here to help you guys sift through the digital world and figure out how you, as a small to medium-sized business owner, can use it to your advantage to build a predictable revenue source. So without further ado, let's start going through these awesome tools. So let's see, tool number 1.
Is that your coffee? Is tool number 1?
Shoot, the coffee. Dang it. I thought you'd be hoping I didn't bring it up, but Ben, what are you drinking today?
I'm drinking some tasty Swiss Miss hot chocolate, my man.
Wow, that doesn't sound like coffee to me.
It is not, but it's getting cold outside, and I'm a big fan of hot chocolate as it gets cold outside. So,
I mean, it's technically more like coffee than your other coffee.
well, that's not my coffee.
Oh,
Matt's coffee.
Matt's coffee, which is Starbucks.
Yep.
All right. You can see my screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it's no surprise that my first digital tool is going to be Webflow. If anybody who knows me, you know that I'm obsessed with this platform. So Webflow is basically just a web builder, but it is like the best possible web builder you could use. I used to use WordPress, and I've tried a lot of different things, but there's a learning curve with Webflow, of course, because you're actually visually editing the code. You can see, so you drop in div blocks here, and then you visually edit it. So you got to know a little bit about HTML and CSS, but not in terms of like writing it, just in terms of how it works and how it's structured. And then there's a super powerful CMS, which is a content management system. So lots of dynamically populating text and images. And you can one of the best things is that you can create extremely beautiful sites with solid animations, and they'll always stay like really lightweight as long as you make sure the images are optimized, because you're not adding a whole bunch of packages in here like you would with WordPress. You're just visually editing the code directly on the screen. So everything stays lightweight and you're not going to get bogged down with your loading time. which is one of the most important things for Google. SEO, ads, your site needs to load fast and it needs to be user friendly. So that's number one. Ben, got anything to say about Webflow?
I hear about it probably constantly every day.
So does everybody we meet with. I'm
Yep,
like,
and you are definitely a big Webflow fan. That is for sure.
oh yeah. All right. So number two is Airtable. So I never used to use Airtable. Wait, here, let me go. There we go. Airtable. So airtable.com. So here you can see there's all kinds of different. So each one of these is a base. It kind of stands for like a spreadsheet on steroids. And these things can morph into whatever you need to be, except a friend. But so basically you can have content. So here's where we kind of plan out our content. If we go back, we can see we have a CRM. So basically it's different tables. Each one of these is a table, kind of like a different spreadsheet. And then on top of that, you can add different views. So if you want to have a form where someone submits a new record into this grid, you can actually just make a form and then open the form. So this link, every time I fill out this form, a new record would be created. And then super powerful automations where when something happens, so when a record matches conditions, when a form is submitted, all kinds of different things, you can run actions like send Slack message, send an email through Gmail, create a Google Calendar event. This is one that's amazing, Hootsuite. So we use Buffer a lot just because it's free, but right now Hootsuite, their lowest tier I think is like 45 a month, but they have a direct Airtable automation, which is amazing, which we will be using soon at some point. But right now, if I want to use it to schedule posts, I basically just connect Buffer through Zapier to Airtable, which is a lot of words that you probably don't need to know right now. And then let me just really quick go into the interface section. So this is basically a new thing they added to be able to visually see and edit your tables without it looking like a spreadsheet. So, for example, these are all the pages that we have through Page Army. So Page Army is basically a connection between Airtable and Webflow. And you can see if you go in here, you can edit this page just like you would a normal form. And then you can preview it, things like that. So Airtable, I like to say, is like you can run any aspect of your business from Airtable if you set up the tables properly. Let's see. The next one is Calendly. I'm sure a lot of you know about Calendly. It's really been getting popular lately in the business world, but it's just amazing for being able to schedule. There's no more of that back and forth like when can you meet, and then you send a few times and then they pick a few times. You just tell them, so you send a link of one of your items, and then they will basically pick a time that works conveniently for them. And if you go in here, oh, that'd be the booking page. Let me see if I click into here. You can make yourself available for specific times on specific days. So this really helps us adhere to our time blocking system. So if you've seen any of our other lives, you'll know that we time block specifically 1 to 4 for meetings. And that's so that we're not just meeting randomly throughout the day, we can get work done up until noon and then have meetings from 1 to 4. So it's great for time blocking, and it's great for eliminating the back and forth of trying to schedule a meeting with people. All right, the next one is boards.com. This one is a little less known, but let me just go to boards. So this is basically an app that you download, and it basically creates a new keyboard on your phone. Let me see if I can see that in action. Okay, so you know how this little globe down here will change to like emojis and stuff? Well, it would actually create a new one just called boards. And you can put PDFs in here, images, text templates. So if I log into mine, you can see some of the ones we have. So we have like our pricing tiers doc. We have like an onboarding process document. We have our Calendly meeting links, so you don't have to go to Calendly and grab those. So if you go into that keyboard on your phone, it's just one tap of a finger to just put this into the message box and just send it off. And you can use this for emails too. If I just go to my dashboard and boards, I can just copy link and then paste it right in an email. So this is just a really good way to have all of your information consolidated in one area so that everyone can see it really quickly. All right, number 5 is Canva. So everybody knows Canva. I have the pro membership. I used to use like Photoshop and Illustrator and all that, and a lot of the time people would say like you're not really a designer unless you use Adobe, and that's a complete load of garbage because a designer, it's like you don't judge the quality of an archer based on the arrow. You judge based on the whole package, like how well they shoot. Um, and it's the same thing with design. Like it doesn't matter what platform the person's using. If it's Canva, if it's Photoshop, the end goal is you want the design quality to be high. So a lot of the time, what I'll do if I'm just starting from scratch, I will search templates. Let's see. Let's say outdoor logo. This is also a way I quickly put together little logos as placeholders. So you can see there's some nice ones here. You just get in there, you edit it. So I'm sure you guys have kind of checked out Canva before, but this is one of my tops because if you get the pro plan, you got all kinds of access. You can do background removers. So if I wanted to click in here, edit image, I can remove the background. It's usually really good. It's not going to do well on this one because it's a weird picture. But you can resize. So that's super helpful. It's funny. I think I was on a different tab. My bad. I think they know the things that are really, really valuable, which is what they put behind the pro gate, basically, because I use those things all the time, the background remove and the resize tool. All right, so the next one is Restream. So this is basically what we're using right now. You can see we're live. It is the easiest way to set up multi-platform streams. So I just go in here and I schedule an event. I add a thumbnail, a description, and then when we go live, it's as simple as the click of a button, and we're live on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Ben's LinkedIn. Whoever you add as a guest connects their social media, and it's live on theirs too. So This is amazing for live streaming, and we found that live streaming is an easy way to get a lot of content. And then if you want, you can actually download the files after you stream. All right. Number 7 is Clavio. Let me just go to... So Clavio is email and SMS marketing. And the thing that I like about it is mainly the flows. There's really good workflows you can set up. I might just go in and show you actually. So with Clavio, you have audience, so lists and segments. Templates. So up here, this is probably my favorite part. Flows. So businesses, so if you're just doing a newsletter, a flow might not be super necessary. I do have a welcome flow for the mindful marketing, or which we changed to third wave. But so there are tons of flows. Let's see, there's templates. Create a flow. So you can prevent lost sales, you can nurture subscribers, build customer loyalty. So if I click one of these and I go, oh, that's weird. So if I click one of these, it'll automatically create emails and SMS based on what you want. So if you want to trigger at a certain time and send an email and then wait a couple of days and send another email, you can do that. You can also set conditionals where it says, if a subscriber matches certain conditions, like tagged with a certain thing, then they can split off over here and get sent a completely different email. So as you can guess, this is very powerful, but it's also a little bit intimidating because when you get in there, you kind of want to just go crazy. And the one thing we always want to make sure you do is start simple and then add as you go. When you see an opportunity later on, you can add it. So, all right, the next tool is going to be Tango. So there's the extension right here. I'll get to that in a little bit, but right now I'm going to go to tango.us. How-to guides in seconds. So this is really good for creating systems and processes online. So whenever I click this little extension and capture a workflow, it'll pick up kinds of things like where I am, which address I'm at right now, what I click on, when I scroll, when I click on a button. And then if I say I'm done, it automatically will create the process that I just went through. And I can edit it, so I can, if something is not quite right, I can add stuff, edit the image, and then save workflow. You can copy a link to it. You can add it to folders. You can share it. You can export it as HTML. You can download as PDF. This is amazing. Oh, shoot, you guys weren't seeing that. Anyway, so this is an amazing thing because a lot of business owners find it very hard to start outsourcing. And basically, when you create systems and processes, you can outsource. I'm going to actually share my screen of the dashboard because that's actually kind of important. Window. Okay. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, when I went through and I clicked all those things and I pressed that little check mark at the bottom, it automatically creates this workflow of everything I did, what I clicked on, where I went. Like I said, I can copy the link. I can share it and export it as a PDF, as HTML. So we have an entire onboarding folder that helps people understand how to onboard clients. So the goal is basically at a certain point, if you make enough of these and you make them well, you can start to just hand these tasks over to people. So that's Tango. The next one is markup.io. We recently just started using this because we used to try to. So this is basically a way to get comments on web pages, comments on documents, on images. So you can see here, they're commenting on, looks like a web page. And we used to try to screenshot stuff and put it in Figma and then comment from there, but this is way simpler. So let me actually go into markup. If I enter a URL, let's go fixquest.agency. I can quickly copy it with someone, boom, to go in here. And then start commenting. So we can say performance-based. Nah. So, super easy way to comment and make adjustments. And we've been using that for our clients recently, and there have been no hiccups. So let's see. And then the last one is not much of a tool, but kind of just a way to get no, that's not it. Kind of way to get your brain juices flowing on marketing stuff. So the good thing, so this is marketingexamples.com. And what I like about this is that they're not insanely long and hard to get through. These are really bite-sized case studies of successful marketing strategies. So here, I just actually sent this to Ben yesterday, how Veed uses all these different tools and makes a page for every single one to get tons of organic traffic because people are searching for all these things. So a lot of these are short, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 30 seconds, 2 minutes. This will just kind of the brain pumping on marketing stuff if you need a little jump start. So, all right, those are my 10. If you stuck around long enough, I told you Ben would be showing some of his. What you got, Ben?
Let's see. I would say some of my top ones, just a quick one, like on my desktop, I got name to email. So basically it's a service where you just download it and then it hooks to your Chrome extension. But basically if I'm doing like some sales stuff or whatever, trying to find some emails for somebody I want to reach out to or a company I want to get in contact with, but behold, there's no email address on the website, etc., but I know the name of who I'm going to reach. So essentially I can use this Chrome extension. I'll pop up my email or my Gmail, type the person's name in the send box of the email, right? So I'll create, like, compose an email and then put their name in it. And then I'll just do at the URL essentially, and it will actually search all of the internet for this person's email, and it'll highlight the right one.
Would you be able to show us like an example, like Tim at Google or something?
Yeah, let me see. I can try.
Yeah, so I think what it does is it guesses like a ton of different options.
So, I mean, I can do yours because let's try
Here,
that.
yeah.
Fun. Sure. We did change our email, so I don't know if this will work. But
Maybe FitQuest Media, yeah, that one still exists. So
yeah. So essentially, you just put their name and then at fitquest.org. So you take out the www and just do this, and then that's Braden's email.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's super helpful if you're kind of trying to
do it again with
find someone's email.
Go like Tim at google.com or something.
It'd have to be somebody's last name.
Okay. Anyway.
But yeah.
It's cool.
It's super unique and it's pretty useful. Sometimes it can't find an email, but that's fine. At least you gave it a shot. So that's definitely one I like. Another one is I like using Loom. I use Loom pretty often. So since we are running digital advertising, I see a lot of Google ads or Facebook ads. So essentially I'll just do like a free audit. So I'll screen record and I'll pop my little face in the lower left corner. So then I can essentially just send them a video of kind of my audit of their ad, what I'd recommend they do, etc. What I think they're doing good with their ads currently and how maybe it could be better. That's one I use frequently, and you see Braden's little head pop up.
This is an example of the Chrome extension. You can do screen and camera, screen only, camera only. So pretty simple.
Yes, super easy to use, and it's pretty useful. I've got complimented before when I've emailed people with it of just saying, nice touch, adding the video type thing. So people can like it.
Go nice touch adding the video, but it's still no.
Yeah, no. It was like, I think that was when I was working for Tegna still. They, the director of like an airport liked it a lot, and she sent me like an RFP type thing, like a request for a proposal to do their marketing, but those processes take a long time. So it was like, it's not a complete no, but still complimented me. Let's see, what else do I use a lot? I use Answer the Public. So that's essentially, and I think I did.
Do you really use it? I don't know. In the beginning, I was like, whoa, this is interesting how it makes all these things. But then I got in there and I'm like, I don't know. I'm like,
I do a little bit. So I do it usually with, I use it during when I'm doing like kind of keyword research, basically. Just because there's some better ones out there for sure, but this one's free, so it's a good tool. Just because it has helped me maybe know how to word some keywords a little bit and try some stuff. So I'll use this, and then I'll put it into Keyword Planner after. Just with wondering what questions people are asking. But I would say this would be even more beneficial if you're doing more of like a educational ad campaign, because then you see because most of the stuff people are searching are always questions. So then you can see what people are searching, and then you can create content to that essentially.
Yeah, one thing I was thinking is, so marketing, I'm going to go back to marketing examples really quick. And if we go back to that Veed example, one thing I was thinking recently was like, blog posts and informational posts aren't the only thing that's valuable online. So tools, calculators, automation templates, these are all valuable and might not take as long of a painstakingly writing process as like creating blog posts. So that's an option, is like, if you can use Webflow CMS to make 140 plus pages and you can have them contain something valuable like a calculator, like a template, stuff like that, then that could be huge for SEO. Like here you see the search term video compressor, high traffic, but keyword difficulty. That's a big one, is the difficulty, like how competitive it is. So that's what I was thinking for maybe our own SEO at FitQuest, while we're kind of niching down our industry, to use Answer the Public or a keyword tool to see what kind of things people are searching for, like how to calculate this metric for manufacturing or something. Make a calculator like that
Yeah.
and drive SEO that way rather than just a bunch of blog posts about something you're not, Anyway, so just a thought.
For sure. Say another one I use super frequently is the keyword planner tool for Google Ads. So I use that, and then the forecast tool as well. So basically, that just helps me. And we did a video about this the other day too. So, but essentially, it just helps me see search volume, potential cost of what the cost per click is going to be, predicted click-through rates, predicted searches through the next month or 2 months, whatever I want. Even it can predict kind of my predicted conversions depending on whatever my conversion rate is. So super useful, and kind of you can use that for a lot of ideas too before getting your ads going.
Yeah.
But those are probably like the main ones I use.
I think discover keywords will allow you to create a filter that gives you the 20 best ones, and then you can forecast those and see kind of like what your revenue should be based on that, and then decide whether or not you want to use them as keywords for your ad.
But I know another big keyword tool is SEMrush, but it's one that you'll have to pay for sure.
Yeah, they focus a lot on SEO, so they'll tell you a lot of stuff that Google won't as much. Like Google Trends can also help because it kind of tells you queries. So there's a difference between a keyword and a query. Like a query is something that someone's actually typing in to search for, where a keyword is like a term that could be inside of a query. But that gets a little bit nitty gritty. So stay away from that for now. So one thing that we do every Saturday morning is send out an actionable newsletter. So this is the third wave newsletter, and we want to basically help teach small and medium-sized business owners how to create predictable revenue sources using the internet. There's a lot of different things you might feel like you should be doing, but we just try to help you simplify it down to what we think would help most. And then if you're a small business owner or a marketer, you probably really resonate with this statement. I have no problem spending money on marketing if it works. But the problem is, how do you find what works? And you either have to be a magician, which I don't think you are, or you have to follow the 4 T's, which is target, tailor, test, and track. And to help us follow the 4 T's with agility, we created Page Army, which has the ability to create 10,000 landing pages in the snap of a finger. So this basically allows us to A/B test campaigns really quickly and efficiently. And once we make the tests, we gather deep data to see what's actually working. So a lot of the time, we like to drive towards a profitability focus with metrics like return on ad spend and LTV to CAC, instead of just focusing on the vanity metrics, which might be like cost per click and cost per lead. And the best part is we are a performance-based company, which means we figure out what's important to you and we drive after that relentlessly. And if you want to either sign up for the newsletter or get a discovery call with us, you can check out the links below. And I think that's all we got for you today. Anything you want to add, Ben?
No, just make sure you sign up for the newsletter and have a great weekend.
All right. Thanks, guys. We will see you next week.
Bye.